Today we are ranking all of the regenerations in Doctor Who. I've wanted to do a video like this since I was 11. Let's jump right in. Alright, first up we have the first Doctor's regeneration. Uh, I like these titles, Not a Moment Too Soon, Carrot Juice. um, yeah, like this has to go in either A or B, top or second to best. It's just pretty much perfect and it's always impactful every time you watch it. And I like how there's a few frames missing. I mean, technically there's more than a few frames missing because it's a missing episode, but like there's like moments missing before he regenerates that like makes you wonder what he's doing, like playing with the controls or going off to have his own adventure with the 12th Doctor. It's still so impactful. It was so impactful the moment I saw it. I'm gonna have to put it in top tier. It's just perfect. Yeah. Next is the second Doctor's regeneration. Let's see. So like, yeah, it's again this one's also always been very impactful every time you watch it. The second Doctor getting exiled by the Time Lords as a punishment, and him kind of like being apprehensive, him kind of fighting for it, and then like the effect of like his faces kind of um, being around him. It's like I do wish that they transitioned from him to John Pertwee, but I had to look it up before I shot this video. I was curious. Was John Pertwee cast as the Doctor when they filmed the War Games? So John Pertwee was apparently cast as the Doctor in May 1969, and Part 10 of War Games came out in June 1969, and John Pertwee was first announced as the third Doctor like a few days before um, War Games Part 10 was broadcast, so I guess they couldn't film his face in there. But yeah, still a great one. Next, Third Doctor's one. Yeah, this one's incredible. I feel like the next time I rewatch it in the right circumstances, I'm probably gonna cry my eyes out. Last time I rewatched Twice Upon a Time a couple weeks ago, I was crying so hard at the scene where the first Doctor is like he hears Doctor of War, and then he's seeing all the bubbles of all the flashbacks of him. I started crying my eyes out because it brought back all those memories. Yeah. So the third Doctor one, like, it shows his heroism. Like, it's just a perfect ending for him. He's facing his fear, and then the other Campo Rampoche or brings in some of the exposition similar to the second Doctor's Time Lords bringing in the sort of lore building exposition. It's great forward momentum for the character and for regeneration. And yeah, great that Sarah Jane and the Brigadier were there. Here we go again. And then just a seamless transition from him to the fourth Doctor. And that sting at the end, that before the this Doctor Who sting, the classic sting before the credits rolled, that just made it, the small things just make the thing better. Fourth Doctor regeneration, yeah, I don't think most people are gonna rank this one pretty high compared to how iconic and how popular the show was at this time. This regeneration, the tone of it was just off. Like I've always liked Logopolis. I've always liked Logopolis. A lot of people, I guess, some people don't like it. Yeah, like seeing previous companions and monsters as a flashback. It's the end, but the moment has been prepared for. It's not too bad. It has some atmosphere towards it. Like I said, the tone is a bit off. And then the character of the Watcher. It's interesting. I don't have a big opinion on the Watcher. I don't dislike it. I don't love it. Kind of a weird foreshadowing, omniscient present. Did they ever reference the Watcher ever again? I haven't seen all the Jodie Whittaker or Ncuti Gatwa episodes, so I feel like there could have been room to like reference the Watcher. I feel like they referenced the Valuard. They did reference the Valuard in Twice Upon a Time. Did they reference it again in recent years? Yeah. If they referenced the Watcher, I feel like there would have been news about it or something I would have seen somewhere. But yeah, of course, the Fifth Doctor's regeneration, great episode and great heroic ending. Just big tension, and I'm not a huge fan of like the flashbacks. I feel like it goes on a bit too long of the companions and the Master, but it's still a decent part of the regeneration. Um, And yeah, like he just completely jumps into the Sixth Doctor, full 180 degrees on his personality. And me, like many other fans, took like a couple of years to warm up to the Sixth Doctor. But like, yeah, like the end of the heroism of the Fifth Doctor, his shining moments. Yeah, it might have to go in S tier, just because I feel like the flashbacks of the companions could have been a little bit shorter. I'm gonna put it there. Let's see. Six Doctors Regeneration, yeah, I don't think anyone's going to disagree that this is that this is not a good one. It was so offensive that even the Sixth Doctor Colin Baker didn't even come back to shoot it. Yeah. I don't want to say anything, but anything else, but like I did listen to the Big Finish Last Adventure. I listened to it a couple of times. Decent story, decent sense of urgency. At least that made up for this regeneration, me listening to that Last Adventure. Next, we have the Seventh Doctor one. Yeah, this one's just straight up, straightforward. He just gets shot. It's argued amongst fans that it was the bullet that killed him, or was it the surgery that killed him? It's kind of hard to decide because it's like he has two hearts. Maybe one of his hearts died from the bullet. Maybe it was the surgery. But yeah, for 1996, such a seamless transition from Sylvester to Paul McGann, and kind of the inclusion of the Frankenstein scene with actor Will Sasso watching Frankenstein. That seemed like just the movie trying to reference culture. It almost has to go in top tier, you know. Yeah, honestly. And then the Eighth Doctor Regeneration. Thank you, Stephen Moffat, for giving this to us just before Day of the Doctor came out. Such an iconic, amazing, incredible performance. Amazing regeneration. Only downside is it's just a hologram sort of projection of younger John Hurt, but of course, like you can't really get younger John Hurt because AI wasn't really as big in 2013. But yeah, like just the acting, the brutality of it, wow! Like the speech at the end, incredible, incredible stuff. All right, and then we have the War Doctor regenerating into the Ninth Doctor. I'm so happy that this happened at the end of Day of the Doctor. Nice moment, nice little moment. Simple, simple regeneration. Yeah. It would have been nicer if friggin' Eccleston agreed to return for this. But whatever. And then the ninth to 10th Doctor one. I was absolutely in love with this one since I was a kid. Beautiful graphics, a beautiful ending. I sang a song and the Daleks ran away. You were fantastic and so was I. Oh, I'm almost gonna get a little bit choked up. Oh man, it was a beautiful, the way it was written, the way it was executed on screen and directed for just a few minutes of the Doctor, not even that big of an explanation, not even that big of a goodbye. It was perfectly paced. And then that isn't even my favorite bit, the transition from him to David Tennant. It's like, it looks like David Tennant's hair is growing out of Eccleston's face. It is a seamless, beautiful transition. It is one of the best regenerations, if not my favorite regeneration. Beautiful music, beautiful regeneration. Alrighty, then we have the 10th Doctor's regeneration. Yeah, I was addicted to watching this one as well. Still, even after all these years, I can't fault it. I will have to say, though, honestly, rewatching it doesn't have the same impact at age 24. I'm almost 25. It doesn't have the same impact. I'm desensitized to it. But when I was a kid, I was like, this is the most epic piece of television I've ever seen. And again, seamless transition from David Tennant to Matt Smith's face. Matt Smith kind of tweaking. David Tennant being kind of dramatic probably knocks it down a little bit, but honestly, I when I was a kid, I felt like he kind of earned that kind of dramaticness. Like, I don't want to go, but yeah, they were gonna make it more dramatic than that, as we know. Then the 11th Doctor's regeneration, the first regeneration that I tuned into in 2013, watched it with my sister. We both thought it could have been done better. I remember when this episode aired that day, because BBC America, because like UK, it would have aired earlier than it does when it airs at night for America. So the plot for the episode would have already been on Wikipedia during the commercial breaks of watching this. So I remember reading about, oh yeah, the doctor gives a little bit of a farewell speech. He imagines Amy, and then he regenerates. So yeah, all these years later, 12 years later, imagining the impact that this regeneration had on me, imagining all the ways that I used to think back when I was 13, back when um, I was in eighth grade, and thinking about all the ways I would have directed this episode differently. But Time of the Doctor does a good job with a little bit of minimalism at times, like when the Dalek ship kind of shoots Matt Smith, like no, when Matt Smith kind of blows up the Dalek ships when he's granted a new regeneration cycle. That scene is only done in like 3 shots. It's like a shot of the exterior of the town, one shot of the Dalek being blasted, and then a shot of Matt Smith regenerating. Like that was kind of really good, the way it was done. And yes, I do wish, technically it is a sneeze regeneration if you think about it. But Moffat was like, yeah, like he already got this big speech, he already got this big burst of energy. It's like, it kind of makes sense why they didn't like fully like show him transforming. But like I said, with these last 2 regenerations, it would have been that much cooler, way cooler, if we saw the transformation from Matt Smith into Capaldi. It really would have. It's done in a cross, what's it called? A jump cut, where he's just turns back and all of a sudden he's Capaldi. In certain ways, it's kind of shitty. It's kind of you're a regeneration done from a jump cut in 2013 when you have the capabilities to show a face morph. Come on now. But yes, because of nostalgia, because Matt Smith was my first Doctor, and I love the 11th and 12th Doctor, I'm putting it second best, even though technically it's a sneeze. And his speech, like how we all change, we're all different people throughout our lives, still a very impactful speech. I'm gonna rewatch Time of the Doctor soon, maybe this weekend, and maybe it might have the potential to make me cry. And then Twice Upon a Time's regeneration. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the speech. Yeah, and even the way like, even the way Capaldi, like, it feels inorganic. The way he just casually bursts into regenerate, it didn't feel as organic as these two, because I guess he's kind of taking his time here. He's just taking his time, just saying his goodbyes to Clara, Nardole, Bill. Just freestyling. But I really loved how they brought back Murray Gold's. Oh, that was no, that wasn't even the one. It was like that. It was that one, wasn't it? Into Jodie Whittaker. That was really cool. And then the CGI Jodie Whittaker falling out of the TARDIS, that was cool too. And we actually did see a transformation from Capaldi's face to the Whittaker face. So yeah, I'm gonna put it there in third place, third tier. Jodie Whittaker's regeneration. Just talked about this last week. Yeah, it is a great one. Tag, you're it. What a great line. Oh man, it was a good one. Yeah. Again, David Tennant coming back, like, is just a fan servicey. Yeah, it's a good one. Whatever. All right, then we have The Giggle by Generation. It's like when you first watch it, you're like, what is going on? I just watched Stu Backfull interviewing Doctor Who writer Robert Sherman, who would be great to come back to Doctor Who. He does a lot of absurdist, experimental type of writing. He basically, at one point, was like, different parts of Doctor Who only kind of resonate at different parts of life. Like he said, like he didn't appreciate the Seventh Doctor era when he was a kid, then he loved it years later. I felt the same way. I kind of feel the same way about something like season 18. I haven't appreciated that season for a few years. Even Trial of the Time Lord, I didn't appreciate that when I was a kid. Now I love it. But yeah, with the 60th, back in late 2023, 2 years ago, the 60th just wasn't giving me what I wanted out of Doctor Who. It was like, great, more end of the world scenarios with the Doctor and Donna. Like, I didn't get enough of that in season 4. And then the whole bi-generation seemed kind of stupid. Rewatching that several times in the last couple of years, you get used to it. It was supposed to be just a Time Lord myth, but then because like the toy makers there kind of get to play around with the lore, and it's nice that a version of the Doctor gets to just kind of live out with his friends Donna and her family, just kind of live out his life in a simple way on Earth, while the next Doctor, other Doctor, just kind of has his own adventures. No, it can't go in second place. It would have been nice to see a transition, but they needed 2 Doctors to beat the toy maker and to make the 60th that much more special. Where do I place this? Sneeze. Carriage juice. Sneeze. Carriage juice. I'm trying to think of anything about it that makes it above carrot juice. The acting, maybe? The fact that Donna and Mel are there? Can you pull... Yeah, can you pull the next Regeneration out of me? I can't imagine the classic series even stooping that low. Okay, the 15th Doctor's Regeneration. I did not finish watching reality. I said this in my last video too. How do I feel about this one? Seeing Billie Piper come as a regeneration, because I did find out in my last Doctor Who video that Billie Piper was actually considered as one of the Doctors by Stephen Moffat as potentially playing the 12th Doctor, which was surprising as fuck. I liked Billie Piper in I Hate Susie. Did she write any of that episodes? I feel like she executive produced that show. So maybe a drama role. I can't imagine her in a melodrama role like the Doctor, but seeing her in a drama role, she does work at it. Yeah, this Regeneration is just okay. There's an edit of this on that I saw on Twitter where someone is playing The Last Chance Saloon over this Regeneration. Oh, that was hilarious. I haven't watched that in months. I have to find that video again. The Last Chance Saloon music over this Regeneration. Absolutely hilarious. Alright guys, so that is where, you know what, this might have to come down. Fuck it. I'm putting it in carrot juice. It wasn't even a proper transition into Billie Piper, from shooting Atwood to Billie Piper's face. Such a cop-out Regeneration, realistically. Alright guys, yeah, that's pretty much the tier list. I feel like majority of the fans will agree on Regeneration rankings, which ones are the best. Third Doctor's one iconic. I think a majority of the fans will agree with this. Alrighty, and just for the fun of it, we are going to be ranking every single Doctor Who companion for the rest of the video. Yeah, let's go. Alright, first up, Susan. Pretty brilliant, has some great moments. Is she goated or is she a bit annoying at times? I'm gonna put it in brilliant for now, because of the legacy, of course. And because of the likability too, not just legacy. But of course, for legacy and likability too, Ian and Barbara have to go up there in goated. And then Vicky is great, brilliant. Stephen is good. Stephen was solid. And then Katarina did not get to the part of Dalek's master plan where what happens to her happens, but I did listen to this Big Finish audio. I think it's called Gods of Something, Goddess of Time, is it called that? The Big Finish audio based on Dalek Invasion of Earth, with like the first and second Doctor kind of crossover. I listened to that like 3 years ago now. It was alright. Then Dodo. Yeah, Dodo is annoying. Dodo was annoying. Polly was good. Ben was good. Jamie is pretty much goated. Yeah. So many iconic moments with the second Doctor. Victoria is good or brilliant. I just watched Evil of the Daleks a few months ago, and I appreciate her character a little bit more. Loved Abominable Snowman, the animation. Um, yeah, you kind of wish she was in more. Yeah. Zoe is goated. Zoe's goated. A futuristic computers expert. Had some good energy and good times. Brigadier is absolutely goated. One of the best companions. Oh, they have Mike Yates on here. That's really. Oh, Sergeant Benton and Mike Yates. Pretty great. Even though they're kind of just recurring characters. Did they ever see the TARDIS interior? I can't remember. Good or brilliant? Good or brilliant? I'm gonna put it in brilliant for recurring character. And then Liz, brilliant. Could have been in more episodes. Mikey Yates, good or brilliant? Good or brilliant? Not as memorable as Benton, so I'll put him in good. Um, Joe Grant. I like Joe a lot. She does kind of fit the stereotypical companion archetype, like typical screams a bit. I do like her a lot. I'm gonna put her in goated. Sarah Jane. I'm not as big a fan as most people are. I don't dislike anything about Sarah Jane. Just not as big a fan as most people. Goated or brilliant? Goated or brilliant? I'm gonna go in brilliant. Yeah. Harry Sullivan, pretty good, pretty decent. And then Leela, one of my all-time favorite companions, goated. I do wish the Doctor traveled with more aliens. That would be super cool. Alien characters. K9, absolutely amazing. Um, Romana number one, goated, absolutely. Romana number two, I don't know which Romana I like better. Goated or brilliant? This one, she has a way with her, yeah. Yeah, goated, yeah. The Doctor should travel with more aliens. Speaking of, Adric. A lot of people think Adric kind of sucks. It's kind of annoying. Just for the legacy, he is kind of annoying, but for the legacy, I'm going to put him in okay, yeah. Nissa, I like Nissa. Nissa's kind of brilliant. Another alien. Tegan, I was never a huge fan of. I'm going to put her in okay or annoying. Cool to see her back in Power of the Doctor, definitely. She was just okay. And then Turlo. I used to dislike Turlo's character. Nowadays, recent years, it's like I don't mind the Black Guardian. I like the Black Guardian trilogy. I like Frontios. I love Planet of Fire. So, does that kind of change my opinion on Turlo? A little bit, but he's still very annoying. And I like Perry. I love Perry. Sixth Doctor is pretty much my favorite Doctor in the last few years. Perry complimented him well. Just her American accent, however, is kind of madness. So close. Brilliant, yeah. Mel. Mel had her moments, also had like her screamy, annoying moments. Cool to see her come back in recent seasons. Okay or good? Yeah, pretty good, yeah. Ace, one of the best, goated. And then Rose, one of my favorite, always was one of my favorites, goated. We'll go like there. And then Captain Jack, really awesome character. Yeah, goated for sure. Martha is my favorite companion for the past several years. Could have her own spin-off show in my opinion. Martha's the best. Yep. And then we have, sorry about that, guys. And then we have Donna. I didn't say this when I was talking about the 60th, but when Donna came back for the 60th, I actually like her performance in the 60th more than I liked her in Series 4. That was an interesting opinion to have after I fully watched the 60th specials. It's like seeing her come back, seeing how her character has developed, seeing her jump back into the role. It really made me appreciate the character. I actually do prefer Donna's appearances and her character in the 60th specials than I do to her character in Series 4. It's just a little bit more better. So good job on that front, Russell T. Davis. River's Song is next. River's Song is an absolute legend of a character. Is she goated or brilliant? Goated or brilliant? I like seeing her on screen. I don't love her as much as a lot of other fans, but I love seeing her on screen. I do. Goated or brilliant? I'm gonna go at top of brilliant. Amy, yeah, my first companion. Yeah, like other than her like addiction to like or like her obsession with like her childhood memory of the doctor, and then her getting addicted to traveling with the doctor, and then her and Rory kind of having a tumultuous relationship, being a majority part of the of the of her run. It's like it's just good. She was my first companion, so I do still appreciate like her moments with the doctor. So it's like just good. Rory, yeah, I never liked Rory as much as a lot of other people at the time. I thought he was just good, just okay. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna go with okay. I'm gonna go with my honest opinion. Clara, I never for her entire run, I never thought Clara was anything super amazing. I never thought she was one of the best. I thought she was good at best. Um, Sometimes annoying. Uh, Maybe stayed a bit too long and got a bit boring. She did get kind of boring towards series 9, so I don't know if I can put her in good. You know what, just to be nice, just because I'm sure she has her moments, I'm gonna put her in good. Um, And then Nardole, a very interesting, funny character. I will say, he did get several cringy lines from the writing. Like, some of my best friends are blue, like some cringy lines, but still some very funny lines, like, I have invisible hair. So, yeah, good. Good. Um, yeah. Sorry, guys. Rearranging a little bit. Just knocking Steven down, yeah. This is pretty okay. Makes sense here. This order makes sense. Next, we have Bill. Bill is actually one of my favorite new series companions. Top 3, potentially second favorite, behind Martha. Yeah, other than the fact that she gets a lot of like pandering lines, like her like having to tell everyone that she's gay every 5 seconds. But that's okay. Like she still was a decent character. Yeah, it's still one of my favorites. Could have seen another season of her if the writing was a little bit better for her. Graham. I didn't like Graham that much, as much as a lot of other people. I thought it was just. Alright, guys, my camera randomly stopped recording, but that seems like a decent place to end the video. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.